Welcome to the Social University podcast. We are so glad you're joining us today because we want to help business owners, entrepreneurs, and people just like you who want to build their business online. Listen, if we can do it, you can do it. So let's go.
If you're a small business owner and you're wondering how to get found on Google, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Joining us is SEO expert Ben Deloach.
Hello.
And we have been working together for the last 10 years, and he is the best resource we have for search engine optimization so that your business can be found on the first page of Google. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Ben, will you tell us a little bit about you, please?
Yeah, of course. I'm the founder and owner of WP Site Mason, which is a WordPress hosting support and development company. But because of that, because we have access to all of our clients' websites, I get tons of questions about SEO and digital marketing in general. So we kind of act as a consulting service and also do provide SEO services.
Okay. So, let's just start with the basics. What exactly is SEO and why does it matter?
Yeah, so SEO is search engine optimization. We get asked that question a lot. What is SEO? And it's a service that's kind of shrouded in mystery to a lot of people because there's a lot of pieces to it. Bottom line is you're trying to get found online for the searches that you want to be found for. So when somebody searches in Google or Bing or any of the search engines, you want your website to appear. Well, the strategy, the process to make that happen is called SEO or search engine optimization.
Okay. So as a small business, how do I do that? How do I improve? Like if I'm not coming up on the first page, how do I get to the first page?
Yeah. Wow. That's a big question.
Okay. Let's make it easy. Yeah. What are like 3 simple things I can do to get to the, increase my rank? That would be even better.
Well, the main thing you have to have content that represents your products and services. I mean, and I know that sounds silly, but I've got a case study I can show you today that I think you'll find interesting. But there's a local company that wanted to rank for a particular keyword, a particular search term, and I went to their website, and that search term was nowhere on their website. And I'm like,
of course not. That'd be crazy.
Well, how are you going to rank for it if it's not on your website? Like there was no page, no nothing. So that was the very first thing we did was we created a page about that service. So that's. I mean, I know that sounds kind of dumb, but that's like the basic, right? The base level. You've got to have content on your site that you want people to search for. So that's a must. I would say second to that, you need to promote the site. You need to have links back to the site. That's where social media comes in. We'll talk about that a little more, but you need to have links from other websites back to your website. And honestly, the more the better in some cases. Okay. You don't want junk links, but at the same time, I think every link has value. So that's a big debate in the SEO world. So you want to have links back to your website. And then
me too, Becky, me too.
And then third, I guess, gosh, it's hard to pick one, but you need to be consistently adding content and checking on your rankings. Like it's never like just set it and forget it and walk away, right? SEO is a consistent process. It's not something you have to work on every day necessarily, but in most cases, we do like a 6-month surge for our clients. We're doing a lot of activity. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it's maintenance and checking in on things on a regular basis.
So what's the best version of content to change and add all the time?
I mean, it comes down to pages and posts, right? I mean, so it's your page content and blog posting. And of course, blogs take a lot of different forms. I mean, some websites call it resources and articles. For some, it's news. Some it's video. Like there's your any kind of content, any kind of page or post that you can build on your site counts. And really Google, especially, well, all the search engines really, but Google really likes a lot of pages. So a site with 100 pages is almost always going to beat a site with 5 pages.
Okay. So this is what I heard. Blog a lot.
Yeah, well, and that's just it, right? Because it's difficult to build out additional page content. Like once you have your products and your services and your About Us page and your contact, like you can't just come up with more pages. So that's where posts are helpful because posts can zero in on specific topics, specific keywords, and you can post every day, and so I've got clients with 500-600 blog posts, and they may only have 20 pages on their website, but they've got 500 posts.
Okay, so that leads me to our next question. What exactly is a keyword?
Just a search term. It's what people search in Google. So literally anything that somebody puts in a Google search box, a Bing search box, like that's a search term. That's a keyword. And the way that I look at those is people are always asking questions. So a keyword is a question. Mm-hmm. So when you go to a search engine, you think about the last 10 searches you've done online, you're asking a question.
Yeah.
What is the best, or where is something, or how do I do this? Like, you're always asking a question. So simply put, keywords are questions, and you want to provide content on your website that provide the answers to those questions. And so that's a helpful way to think about what to post, how to post, or build any kind of content on your website. You're answering questions, providing solutions. And of course, when people put those in the search engines, the hope is if you optimize correctly, then they'll find your solutions and ultimately work with you as a company.
So how do you know if you're using the right keyword? Like, I'm going to show my age here, but once upon a time when you were looking for a rental car, they wanted to say automobile instead of car, which is insane.
Sure.
So, and a lot of companies use jargon that outsiders don't understand. So how do you make sure you're using the right words?
Yeah. So, and that's a great point, because like I always recommend doing some kind of brainstorming session with your team, like where you can sit down and say, okay, what do we want to be found for? And so just like you said, I mean, if you've got some kind of industry insider kind of thing, we do strategy automation. It's like people aren't searching for necessarily the industry insider things, right, or terms. So, but it is important to know that, right? To come up with what do we want people to search for? Well, then you can do research and see, wow, only 10 people in the entire world are searching for that term. So that's probably not something you want to optimize.
Maybe not.
So you find close variants, and this is called keyword topics. So you have one keyword that might be your focus, but then you have all these other topics that connect to that keyword. And one of those is like, wow, this is searched 10,000 times a month, and it's a close connection to what we want to be found for. So okay, that's what you optimize for.
How do you know that? Like, after you do your brainstorm and you're looking up your information, how do you know which keywords are best? Like, do you use a program for that? Are you using a tool?
Yeah. So I like to use the Google Ads tool, which is called Keyword Planner. You don't have to be running Google Ads to do it. They have the Google Keyword Planner. You just set up a free account. That's always a good starting point. And you can just put in that industry insider term, or whatever it is you think people are searching for, you want people to search for, and Google will give you sometimes hundreds of recommendations to say, hey, these are what people are actually searching for. And one of the cool things I like about the Keyword Planner is there's it's basically trending, but it shows you the percent increase over the last 3 months.
Oh, that's cool.
So if you look at a particular search term and you say, wow, there's a 900% increase in search on this particular term, it's like, well, maybe we should target that because that's trending, right?
Yeah.
So and that's where blogs come in, because you can write a blog real quick about that, get ranked really quick, and then drive more traffic and hopefully conversions to your website. But
that leads me to the next question, but real quick, you have a couple of fans that we want to address. Hey, Angela.
Yeah.
And Amy Bryant.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Thanks, Amy. We appreciate that very much. Okay. So we now know where to go look for keywords, and we know that we need to have change on the website to be found. And you just said blog. So having a blog for SEO is a good idea.
Yeah, definitely.
And building in those terms that you've researched, good idea.
Yeah, because I mean, how else are you going to address all those questions, right? Like, so if you think about having a services page or even a single service page, and I mean, you can only say that product or that service so many ways. Yeah. But a blog allows you to then expand on that and really get into the details.
Okay, so that's the sweet spot. How am I supposed to be blogging every day? Am I supposed to be blogging once a week?
The more the better, honestly. If you could blog every day, that'd be great, but that's not realistic. It's not realistic. Once a week is great. I mean, once every other week is great too. You need to be, because it used to be, and this is just 10 years ago, like when you and I met,
Yeah.
It would take Google 4 or 5 days, even a week, to recrawl a site. You had to like actually go into Google and say, hey, we made a change on our website. Be sure to index.
Yeah.
Google does that, a couple times a day now. Like, it's insane how quick it goes. It reads everything on the internet like so fast. So but the point is, you can blog a lot and Google's going to pick up on it. Whereas 10 years ago, you could blog, every day, but Google's not going to catch it till a week later, So anyway, point is, I think the more the better on blogging. The other thing about blog is, like, not all blogs are equal. A 300-word blog does not weigh nearly as heavy as a 3,000-word blog. Google loves long-form content, long-form content. So if you have a 3,000, 5,000, 10,000-word post, that's going to always rank better. If it's structured properly, it's always going to rank better than something shorter.
Okay. So you mentioned before about some of the backlinks. What's a backlink?
Yeah, it's just a link back to your website. There's nothing mysterious about that. So if I put a link on my website to your website, that's a backlink. There's also internal linking. People don't think about that, but internally linking your pages. So, for example, if you created a post on your site, you would want to create a variety of links. So one of those links is called an internal link, where you would go back to another page on your website. Google sees that connection, and that helps to boost SEO as well. The other thing is you can link out to other websites. So if you link to somebody else's website, Google sees that connection. And then obviously you want people to link back to yours. So all of those are part of a backlinking strategy.
Okay. So when we blog about this later, and we will, I can link back to your website, and that'll help you too.
Yeah. And then I would link back to yours, and we would link to somebody else's. And yeah, that web, that's why it's called the World Wide Web, right? It's this web of links that Google likes to see.
Okay. So what if this I can't do it. It's confusing. I don't have time. How do I get help if I need help?
Oh gosh. Yeah. So there's tons of experts. There's tons of SEO companies and agencies out there. I don't want to like dog anybody's model or anything, but most of the time SEO companies are going to charge you like a flat rate, and they're going to charge it forever, $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month to help you with your SEO. And I mean, if you're making money and making at least that much, I mean, I guess that's a good investment. But my philosophy is, like, there's a lot of work on the front end for SEO, because there's technical things that have to be fixed on your website. There's obviously content creation, the basic content creation that has to be done. Mm-hmm. And then there's backlinking. There's all kinds of strategies for building backlinks. So there's a ton of work that can be done over 6 months. And so, yeah, maybe it does cost $1,500 a month for 6 months. But then after that, it's like, we're not doing that much work anymore. We're just kind of monitoring and filling the gaps. And so my opinion is that there should be a pretty drastic price reduction once you reach your goal, and then you're into kind of a maintenance mode. But agencies, I mean, there's a lot of agencies, there's a lot of individuals on Upwork and Fiverr.
Is that something that you offer? Like, I know you build in SEO into the websites that you do, but
gosh, I'm sorry, Karen. Sorry.
Okay. But is that something that, like, you could build out a strategy and do it for 6 months?
Yeah, we do that a lot. And I try to I try to leave room for my clients. I've got about 100 clients that we support. So I don't.
Is that all?
Yeah, I don't promote like SEO services to the masses, because I try to be dedicated to my hosting clients. But
sure.
But every now and then I will work in another SEO client.
Okay. Okay. So I don't care necessarily as a local retailer if I'm found in Michigan. So how do you make sure that it's local, that they're finding you here?
Yeah. That's actually not very, very difficult. I mean, just in your page, for example, if for example, we're working with a cleaning company now that's got multiple locations around the country, and just by saying on a page, cleaning services Nashville, best cleaning services in Nashville. Like, Google sees Nashville cleaning services and goes, oh, they must be in Nashville. So that's really it. You just need to make sure you have your address on your site. Make sure that like it's in the footer, maybe in the header, you have your phone number displayed really clearly. Google sees all that and it knows. So even if you just said cleaning services, but in the footer your address said Nashville, Google's going to connect the dots. It's pretty smart. But in general, it's really helpful to put your location, your city name, or your state inside the content on your website.
It surprises me how many companies don't list their address at all.
Yeah, I know. It seems like a kind of a basic thing, but
Right.
drop it in the footer, and it helps a lot with your local rankings.
So you mentioned social media once before, but it is important for SEO. Why?
Yep. So really two things for social media. One is the backlink piece. Because you have the ability to post or work with Social U to post, and then you can link back to your website. So that's a manual link that you build. It's real simple to do. That counts. Google sees that. But the other thing is traffic, because social media is a referral traffic source. So people can come to your site through search engines, or they can come through social media. And so when Google sees that you've got an influx of traffic from social media, that is a big boost to your SEO, because Google knows that you're popular. And really, SEO is a big popularity contest. You're just trying to win Google's approval, and Google sees backlinks, sees traffic, interaction on your site. All those things make you more popular in Google's eyes.
We get the best hits from LinkedIn and Pinterest.
Yep.
Do you have? Is that correct for you, or is that just something that works for us?
I think it's probably, it depends on the industry, depends on the website, and then how much promotion you're doing. I work with businesses, so I'm always going to push LinkedIn and recommend LinkedIn. And the kind of content that you put out on LinkedIn, I think that because it's normally helpful, instructive, how-to type things you put on LinkedIn, that's generally going to lead to people clicking and finding out more and coming back to your website.
Okay.
Versus Facebook, which is just
a mess,
kind of random. Yeah.
They're so funny about, they don't want you to leave the site. So they're bad about not promoting external links.
Yeah.
So yeah, Facebook would not be. YouTube is great. LinkedIn is great. Pinterest is great, but Facebook's not.
Yeah, I can see that.
So how can you tell if it's working?
So, just doing a search and just getting online and searching whatever topic or keyword you want to be found for, and seeing if it shows up in the list. That's the basic, but that takes a lot of time. If you're trying to target 20 different keywords, that's a lot of searching. So in terms of tools, I do recommend having some kind of keyword tracker where you can sign up and drop in 20 keywords, and it'll just give you a running total every day of where you're ranking, and it'll tell you if you're going up or down. So having a keyword tracker is kind of an essential tool to see if your SEO is working.
Do you recommend one over the other?
There's a bunch of them out there. There's free ones, but at some point they're all paid. Ahrefs is one that is more than just a keyword tracker. It's an SEO super tool. It's kind of pricey. It's sort of the industry standard. A lot of people use Ahrefs.
Ahrefs? Yeah,
it's a bad name. It's an HTML connection there. So anyway, it's a techie geeky name, but Ahrefs. I'll show you the site in a minute. I'll share my screen.
We'll put the link in the comments below. So
yeah. But there's TapClicks, there's Raven Tools, there's SEO Moz, SEMrush. There's just tons and tons of tools out there, and they'll all pretty much track keywords, but they'll do other things too, like help you do keyword research, and they'll like we mentioned backlinks, like all those tools I mentioned, I think all of them will give you a backlink profile. So they'll show you, hey, your competitor has 20,000 backlinks to their website. You only have 5. So
you have none.
yeah. Who's going to win in a search? So that it helps you to know, I've got a lot of work to do to catch up with competitors. And again, it's not just a numbers game there. It is a quality backlinks are always better than junk backlinks.
I have one more question.
Sure.
What about, because Google My Business is gone. So is there anything like that I can do that's free that will help my business?
Oh yeah. No, Google Business is still there. It's just underneath Google Maps. So but That's not SEO necessarily. I mean, Google Business and Google Maps is its own strategy. It does work with obviously SEO, but that's definitely something that, well, every business, I think that especially that has a storefront or an office needs a Google Business page for sure, or a Google Maps listing. So yeah, there's tons that you can do. You treat it pretty much like a social platform, knowing that ultimately it's not going to work as well as LinkedIn or Facebook in terms of social interaction, but it is really going to help with getting leads and your SEO. So yeah, so the Google Maps platform is still there. You can still set up a business listing. It's just cloaked a little bit now.
Well, is there anything else that we haven't covered that you want to talk about?
Wow. I mean, I would love to show you this case study to kind of show you some of the things that we're doing. This was just a fun one to work on because it was so specific. Most of the time when we work on a project, it's, they want they want to focus on the entire site. This I only had to focus on one page, and that was kind of fun. So I guess let me share. Let's share the tab here.
And while he is pulling that up, if you want to contact Ben, we will put a direct link to his website in the comments and in the blog so that you can reach out to him directly.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Can you see this page okay?
I can.
All right, so you notice I've got the search term Steel Service Center. Now, Steel is a chainsaw brand, or well, I mean they make a lot of things, but they're a yard tool brand, high end. So my client is Abco Rental Company. They're a rental company, but they're actually a service center for steel, and they were not ranking for that at all. So our first step was to build out a Steel Service Center page for them, and then to rank it. And so you'll notice like this is the Google Maps listings, and Bob's Power Equipment is all over this. But if we come down a little bit, you see Steel Dealer Locator, which that's a national brand, so it's always going to rank high. And then that's our client right there. This again is an organic SEO strategy that moved them from non-existent, not showing up at all anywhere, to now they're number 2 underneath Steel itself.
That's amazing.
So, and we did that in about 3 months. We probably could have done it faster, but there were some other issues on their site that we had to fix that also contributed to that. But one thing that's interesting, I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit. You'll notice that it's showing their address and their phone number and their email. Now, that was Google's decision. Like, we did not tell Google to do that. So there is some weird things. This is part of the mystery of SEO, is that like all you can do is tell Google what you want, and then it sort of decides what it wants to do. So I thought this was interesting that it put these like call to action type things in the listing rather than what we said to do. If you type in Steel Service Center and dealer, you'll notice that they still come up, but now look what Google did. It actually put what we said: find expert steel repairs and maintenance in our Birmingham Service Center. So it's just interesting to see how Google thinks and how Google works.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, if I click on, I wanted to show you real quick. This is Ahrefs, ahrefs.com.
Okay.
This is kind of an industry standard SEO tool. But I just actually discovered this tool, which is called Uber Suggest. Neil Patel is an SEO guru. You'll see him on the internet.
I read his stuff all the time.
Yeah, he's really good. Now Neil's his focus is always about building content for SEO. And so this tool is designed specifically around SEO content. But I want you to notice something. This is a cleaning company that we just started working with. And their information has been in this tool a week. Okay. So I'm still learning all the ins and outs of this, but I thought this was so cool. It gives like these new content suggestions. And so it has scanned the site and it sees that, hey, you've got some opportunities, or we have some opportunities now to build content. So this actually tells you what to blog. Like, it's really
amazing.
So there's a lot of tools like this. Again, I'm still investigating this one, but like I mentioned, the rank tracking. So I click on rank tracking, and this shows that they've got 5 keywords that have moved up, recently. And so it shows all the keywords that they're ranking for and the position that they're ranking for in Google. And then, that these are steadily moving up. And so again, we've only been working with them a week. So we hope to see a lot of first page results here in the near future. But this is an example of like a keyword tracker.
Wow.
But this is just an incredible, it's like $500 for lifetime use on this thing. And,
wow.
Yeah, it's incredible. So I'm just still learning more about it and what it can and can't do. But so far it seems like a really good tool.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking time to talk to us today. Thank you. I know you've got a ton going on and you're crazy busy, but there's nobody better for SEO. I mean, Ben's amazing.
Well, thank you for that, Karen. I know we always treat our clients like it's our business. So I only do things, for my clients that I would do for my own business. And so, and honestly better because I haven't SEO'd my website really well, but I've SEO'd my clients. So.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Clients come first. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. So.
All right. Well, if you want to contact Ben, we will make sure to include his information. He is amazing. If you're ready to redo your website and make sure that it's SEO optimized or user friendly or editable, he can help with all that stuff. So we will definitely put his information, include his information in the blog post and in the comments below so that you can reach out. And thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Karen. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us for the Social University podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media at Stay Social U. That's the letter U. And we will talk to you next week. Remember, you've got this.